shit.
I think if you got a guy
What
like
a
that, he's built
shot.
like that, 6'4", guy, you got to transcend and all that.
They got Jordan Davis last season. They bring Fletcher Cox back to Philly. So I'm sitting there like, we need to put something in this offensive line to combat that. We're here, bro. Week 1 is upon us. We are 24 hours away from being deep into the 1 o'clock window. How you feeling, bro?
Boy, man, we finally here, man. It's a lot of matchups I'm excited to see, man. I think it's some sleepers, a lot of people sleeping on, and then it's some games, man. I think ain't gonna be as close, man. We might get a couple blowouts in there, but week 1 every year, what I mean, it's always 1 or 2 games that nobody expect, and what I mean, I think it's gonna be fun though, man.
Absolutely. We got our fantasy roster. You got your rosters all set too?
Yeah, man. Kelsey, he messed me up. I got so many leagues going this year, man. I think I got my hands full. Man, I got 4 of them. Kelsey was one of my favorite plays. Obviously, having that advantage of tight end, I had to take him out. Darren Waller as well. I think he's gonna play. I heard a little bit about the hamstring injury. George Kittle, Mark Andrews as well. I don't know what's going on with the tight ends this week, man. But as far as fantasy wise and my starting lineups, I think I'm all set, man. I got some players this year.
That's what, yeah, I had to put Waller on the bench. I got, what's his name? Jake Ferguson up there at tight end now. Hopefully get some love out of that on Sunday night. But, man, 1 o'clock window, we got San Francisco headed to Pittsburgh.
Let's get to it, man.
That line, man, is sitting at 2.5.
San Fran and Pittsburgh. How you
Yes.
feeling on that one?
So, my view here, fantasy-wise, too, man, Deontay Johnson's always a smart play. This game, to me, bro, Joey Bosa's been out. Is he up to speed? Is he in shape? I don't know. 7-2 down the stretch is where Pittsburgh went, man. The last 9 games of the season last year, and I just think Mike Tomlin led team at home to open the season. That, pretty much like what we're looking at here. I like Pittsburgh plus 2.5.
Yeah, I mean that's a close one for real. I don't know about the spread this week, man. Just because I know it can go either way, but something I'm confident in. I just think it's going to be a hard-fought game. I think it's going to be a defensive game. So I'm looking at the totals here. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at the total, 41.5. I think I want to raise that up just a little bit. And I'm looking at playing under. I would say right around 44, under 44 at minus 157 this week. So that's a smash for me.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely do think the under is in play here. I think, 2 tough defenses, decent quarterbacks, nothing too heavy on the offensive side of the ball. So I do. That's why I kind of like the 2.5 too, because I think it'd be within a field goal either way. But moving to Carolina, Atlanta.
No, let's stay right there, man.
Okay.
So obviously, say the under. If you had to pick a money line, we're not going to call this a bet, but where are you leaning at? What's your feels for this game? What's your gut feel?
Oh, I like Pittsburgh all the way.
Pittsburgh, okay. Honestly, I'm kind of with you on that. It's like I think I would stay away from it for betting purposes. You know what I'm saying? For this one, as far as picking a money line, but something tells me, Purdy, we don't know, what I mean, how he's been in training camp. We didn't see him during the preseason. And then, when he played better defenses as of late, we seen him in the playoffs last time. We've seen the Cowboys ready to get the better of him. We've seen the Eagles the same way. They started out that game. I think they was ready to get to him as well. And then what do you know? Steelers, man, with TJ Watt, and that's another top 5 defense. So I think we may see something similar. It'll be a hard-fought game, but I do like it. If you had any player props, I know my favorite one, and I think it's a favorite one for everybody every week. You might not catch it too many times like this throughout the year, but currently we have Christian McCaffrey for anytime touchdown at plus 100 on the DraftKings right now.
Oh, that's an easy double up right there.
For
of
sure.
course, CMC. I think CMC too. I think he's on a 9-game touchdown streak or something like that.
Yup.
Like, it's pretty hefty right there. So yeah, that's a smash play.
All right. Well, how about a long shot?
Long shot, Tub?
Yes, sir.
It
ain't even got to be a tub. Just give me something else.
Where's Jalen Warren sitting at? I like that.
Jalen Warren is sitting at plus 370 currently.
Yeah, I like that right there.
Okay. All right. So that's 2 players for that game now. Carolina. So Carolina Falcons. I don't know how to feel about this one, man. you think about both teams, and I feel like, with Atlanta, they got all the pieces, but I feel like they've had skill position and players as of as of late. They always had that. It's always been about the quarterback play. The quarterback play and the offensive line is getting better. I don't know what to expect from the defense, but I know the secondary is strong over there. So what does that mean for Bryce Young on the other side? And then for that Atlanta offense, we know Carolina has put out some strong defensive groups the past couple of years. So just kind of speak on that and how you feeling going into this one.
No, rookie quarterback, man, and basically a rookie quarterback for Atlanta as well. So Bajan's going to be out there. I think offensively, we should see a lot of points. My play in this game is actually over 39.5 indoors. No tape on either quarterback either, if you think about it that way. So
For sure.
if if what's his name, Bryce Young's going to come out and ball out, it's going to be week 1 before everybody else is on it. So yeah, DJ Moore is gone. I'm trying to think who they got throwing the ball on that side, or who they got
That's
the ball
Merida.
to.
That's Merida. Well, Atlanta got all the weapons,
That's right. I know that.
but for Carolina, I don't know. I know Thielen is questionable. We probably get a game time decision. Obviously, we're ahead of the schedule a little bit Sunday. Figure out what goes on with him. And if I don't know what's going on with Chuck either. I know he was questionable, so it's kind of iffy to pick which way we're gonna go with that. But if obviously those two are out, then I think Jonathan Mingo is definitely next in play. Um, yeah, they got some guys over there, and then tight end. I'm trying to think about who they picked up. Who was the tight end that was in Buffalo not Buffalo? I'm sorry, Cincinnati last year.
Hayden Hurst.
I think Hayden Hurst is over there
I
as
think you're
well.
right.
So yep. So, hey, rookie quarterbacks love tight ends. So if you want a long shot, you can fire up Hayden Hurst this week. But if I'm thinking about just game script, I think we should expect a lot of running as well. I know people are not expecting it, but it's always good. We smashing up Bajan, just similar to what we did on the San Fran game. I'm loving that. And then I probably would take 2. I wouldn't mind playing Miles Sanders as well. To be honest, he's at plus 150 right now.
I like a Miles Sanders tub. I think a Drake London tub is in play here too.
Yes, sir.
I like that as
And
well.
him and Reddick look like they had a good connection. In a limited time they had in the preseason as well.
I'm trying to think into the Atlanta side of things. Like you said, Miles Sanders. What about Bryce Young possibly hitting the passing yards? I like that as well. But I think no, go ahead.
I just want to see where his yards is currently at. 200 yards. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think from what I've seen from Bryce Young, I just don't know if Carolina is going to follow a similar philosophy as what they had last year. Obviously, they got a new coach, right? But it was a run heavy team last year. It was running. Like this year, they know they have the system in place to run the football. So do they lean a little bit on the run game, a little bit more, being that it's a rookie quarterback, or do they just, what I'm saying, let him come out of slinging, man? I think if so, I think he can handle it. 200 yards, it looked like a play to me.
I like that. And to be honest, too, on the back to the Atlanta side, I think Arthur Smith is a real head coach, and I don't have high expectations for Atlanta this year. I do think they have to address the quarterback position, but you get a stud in there like Bijan Robinson. They have, like you said, all the talent offensively, and I can see this game being like, 28-21, 28-24, something like that. So that's what I think the over is my favorite play here.
All right, so the favorite play for this one, just to recap. So we have we firing on the over. Is currently minus 110, over 40. Well, 39.5, I guess you could say. So you stand away from the money lines this week. I think this is probably one of the toughest ones of the week. Obviously, we don't know what to expect, so generally you'll stay away from these games. Anytime touchdown scores, obviously, Bajan is another good play. Miles Sanders, and then you liking Drake London for this week at plus 170.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Moving over to Houston at Baltimore, man. Houston's got a rookie quarterback in there as well. I don't know what the expectations should be for him going against a pretty stout Baltimore defense. Baltimore, on the other hand, has a new offensive coordinator and a plethora of new weapons as well. J.K. Dobbins is back. Houston gives up all the rushing yards. Talk to me a bit about how you're feeling about this one.
Oh, this is one of my. I said there's a few games that I'm all on as far as blows, a couple close ones. This one, hey, fire me up. I wouldn't mind taking Baltimore Ravens on this spread 9.5. I just feel like CJ Stroud is a brand new team, even though they was a team that played hard in games last year. I just think this is a tough task. You get Lamar Jackson out there, and you know what he presents in the running game. So for real, I'm currently on Baltimore just blowing this thing out of the water, right? So give me Baltimore on the spread for sure. And then anytime touchdown scores, right? Every time they get in the red zone, which I think it'll be a lot of opportunities, I think give me a Lamar Jackson rushing touchdown. He's currently at plus 130. And
Hmm.
then one of my favorite plays of the week, I'm all on this guy. The easy thing is to say is Mark Andrews, you know what I'm saying, plus 140. But with him getting attention and you have Zay Flowers eating in that slot, I can see Zay Flowers getting in the end zone this week, sitting at plus 200 right now. I'm loving that.
Nice, nice. For me, I think my favorite Lamar, obviously, I think gets one there. Let me get J.K. Dobbins. Where? Let me see where he's sitting at.
It's currently plus 110.
Yeah, let me get J.K. and Lamar, and I might even play those together in that game.
And then I feel like if you want to surefire bet on the other side, just if you want to even it out, um, obviously Demond Pierce. If it was happening in the red zone, you got a good red zone back, a guy that's hard to bring down. I could easily see him getting in the end zone plus 190. Um, I think safest bet probably would be Lamar Jackson. Long shots, best odds would be Demond Pierce for this week, coming out of that game.
I like that play. I like that play a lot. Where are
Yeah.
you sitting with Baltimore this year? How you think that they fare in that division?
Oh, I got them winning the division for
Okay,
sure. So even if you wanted to, it's not too late. Depending on it, if it's tonight, when you get this, we currently putting out. Or if you wake up tomorrow morning and you get this, well, good morning, wake up. And if you want to smash a future bet, I love Baltimore to capture that division this year.
nice. Okay, absolutely. I'm definitely. I think I'm riding Pittsburgh to win the division, bro. I'm all over Pittsburgh
I
this year
like it.
now.
That's both good plays. I mean, even though I think Cincinnati will be good, just I think two players coming back right changes everything. Obviously,
Right.
Lamar coming back and obviously TJ Watt. Those are two completely different teams when those guys are in there. And to be truthful, that division is so tough. You can't sleep on the Browns. Obviously, we can talk about them Knicks, man. Honestly, they're still in the 1 o'clock window. How are you feeling about Cincinnati and Cleveland at this moment? Like, what's your feel about that?
This game is a no play for me. I have no idea what to expect from Deshaun Watson this season. And, I was listening to Nick Chubb on the pivot. He sells me like they're going to be rock stars, obviously.
Yeah.
But on the other side, you got Joey B, beat up, not beat up, but he definitely ain't at 100%. So where's he at? But he's also a rich man now. So is he going to play up to that contract, or does the money get to his head? I feel like there's a lot going on there. And I just don't know if Zach Taylor is a good head coach. Like, is it Joey B or is it Zach Taylor?
I don't know, man. I mean, Joey B does what Joey B does, man. You see, he just got that brand new contract. He's gonna ball out, right? But honestly, Cleveland, man, that defensive line, I think they can get to him, affect them early. For me, if I had to make a play, and I'm kind of heavy on this one, this is one of my favorite plays of the week. It's my even if I was to remove betting, just from that period, I think I'm loving Cleveland this week. I don't know what it is. Um, just a run first team. I love Nick Chubb. I love everything they got going on. I just think them being down at Cleveland, week one. I'm not saying it'll be crazy as far as the spread. I mean, Cleveland is currently plus 200, but I think I like a Cleveland money line at plus 110. I'm liking it right now.
Okay, okay. No, I mean, I can definitely see the Cleveland line. I have like I didn't really dive into this game. I think I got too many questions here,
For
and
sure.
I can just see it going either way.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it wouldn't be crazy to pick Cincinnati, but I mean that plus 110, I like it. I like that for sure. And obviously Nick Chubb. I mean, we all say fire him up. He's minus 150, so they already know what's going on with him as far as the touchdowns. But I do want to take a look at the rushing yards props for this one and see where he's currently sitting. And let's see. Over 76 yards.
Oh,
I feel like he's gonna get a buck. So if you wanted to stick at the 76 and a half, I mean that's minus 120. That's a quick, almost a flip right there. And if you want to play the 100 yards, man, it's plus 230, man. So I'm loving Nick Chubb this week. Just in that game. I don't know if I'm willing to touch anybody else. Jamar Chase is always a nice play, but I'm heavy on Chubb.
nice, nice. Moving to Tampa Bay, Minnesota. So that line I got sitting at 5.5. And I know Minnesota made the playoffs, and I know Tampa Bay is supposed to suck, but I think I'm gonna rock with Tampa Bay plus 5.5 here, and here's why. I think Minnesota has a lack of talent on defense, but they do have Brian Flores. I think Baker Mayfield is not a good NFL quarterback, but he
No.
does have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think, we could see Chris Godwin slip through a couple times, Mike Evans deep a couple times. And I think if Baker has the time to throw the ball, which I think he will in this game, we'll see. I don't know if Tampa Bay wins this game, but I like them to cover the 5.5.
I don't know. It's tough. Like even when I hear about all those weapons, right? I can only think back in recent memory and just remember Tom Brady just last year with the same team, same weapons, and it wasn't a good ball team.
Right.
So I don't see how Baker comes in there and he makes this thing go any more than Tom Brady was on his last leg. So, but week one, anything happens. I that's not out of the window. I could see that happening for sure. Um, and then plays. What type of player props you got for this one?
I like a Rashad White touchdown in this game.
Okay,
I think receiving touchdown to make that more clarified as well. And whatever is, he's probably sitting at what 3.5, 4.5 receptions. I got to look into that one, but I like that there because I do think Baker's going to be checked down Charlie.
I like it. I like your line of thinking on that one. For this one, I like TJ Hawkinson to making the ends on this way.
Okay.
He's gonna be one of my plays. At plus 165, and then honestly, it's I think one of the easiest things always is just to go over there and you have the option to see what the receptions at. And Justin Jefferson sitting at over 7.5 receptions for plus 114.
Oh yeah.
I can see him getting about 10, man. He's gonna be open often early. And they're gonna feed him. If it's one thing we know about that. So I like that play. And then how do you feel about Kirk Cousins on the pass yards this week? He's currently sitting at 273.5 over and under. If you had to make a play. Not that you will, but what you think?
Ooh, Kirk at 2. I think this is going to be a tougher game for them on offense than it is on defense. Tampa Bay does have a solid defense. Now, what does that offense look like now without Dalvin Cook? Can Alexander Madison carry that workload? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Jeff Thielen's gone. He haven't dealt with that in a long time, although he hasn't played much the last couple of years.
Addison, he's gonna make them forget about Thielen real fast.
How do they incorporate Addison?
I love Addison.
I like Addison a lot, but I'll give me the over on the yards. I like the over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. I think that's a fun one to look at.
Were you taking the same way?
With as far as Kirk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kirk, if it's one thing he's gonna do, he's gonna go out there and throw it heavy. But honestly, man, I could see them getting up early. And if they get up early, I might be on the other side of it because I know you're thinking close. But then on the other side, I'm thinking about what could easily happen if the Minnesota Vikings get up on them early and it become one of those games I could see them leaning on Madison. And if that does happen, I'm kind of leaning towards playing the under, if I'm going to be honest.
That's probably a solid play there.
Yep.
The switching right over to Arizona, Washington, that line is sitting at what, 7-ish? 7.5, 6.5, depending on where you're looking. I don't like this line at all. I'm not touching this game. It's another stay away from me. But look at, I think does Arizona come out and beat Washington? They could. Should Washington dominate the Cardinals? They should. You know what I mean? So for me, let me get Washington, Jahan Dotson touchdown. That's the play for me there.
Yep. And I'm playing them in fantasy this week. Five Dotson for sure.
I like Dotson. Dotson heavy, especially considering we have a limited Terry McLaurin. If he does happen to get out there, he's probably going to be more of a decoy than anything else. I don't know what to do with that backfield over in Washington, so I'm standing clear of that for the time being. How do you feel about that backfield?
It's tough, man. Like I think passing yards and everything like that, I think all around, you know what I mean, like getting those opportunities, I think it's going to be Antonio Gibson. But being I think this team can get ahead, and I think they will, and they will probably want to control the ball. They probably lean on their defense a little bit more. I think it's a Brian Robinson game.
Okay.
So I think you'll see more of Brian Robinson this year. And honestly, man, gut feeling, just everything aside, I just feel like, the defensive line with Washington, even though the secondary isn't the best right now, who do you have and who are they going against, man? You got Joshua Dobbs, I believe. He just came over there. He only been in the building for 2 weeks, man. If that. I just don't see any way, they come out here and even I think that it's going to look terrible in Arizona. I got this being the worst team in the league this year, and I don't see them starting off on the right foot, man. So, be honest, I'm taking the 7. You know what I mean? I'll probably cook up me a parlay here soon, and that might be one of my first plays. If it's anything I'm sure betting, it's obviously Washington money line, but I wouldn't mind finding the spread too. I could see it being 7. I could see it being Honestly, like 13.5 as well. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's what kind of gets me though. Like if it was the Giants playing Arizona, I would take that. But Washington, like they just kind of stink, bro. So that's why I'm like that 7 is tricky for me. But I don't mind the play. I don't mind the play, and obviously the money line is out of question.
I like it though. So this is a stay away game for you.
It is.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. So what else we got in the first window, man? I think we got a couple more. We got two more. How you feeling about Tennessee and New Orleans this week?
Tennessee, New Orleans. Is Tannehill getting the start? That's the word, right?
For
Tannehill's going to
sure.
be out there.
For sure.
So fire up Chris Olave and the New Orleans Saints, bro. Like
I like it.
I, I think
Don't even matter what the odds is. Just go smash that. Yeah, for sure. I'm with you.
New Orleans at home. I think the better coach is in Tennessee. I think the better quarterback is in over in New Orleans, and I'm excited to see what Derek Carr can do. At in the Superdome. So I want Chris Olave to. That's my play in that game, and possibly receiving yards as well. Talk to me how you feeling.
Nah, I think for this one, this is a tricky one, and I may stay away from it. But I'm just thinking about it. You got to run the first team. Obviously, I don't know how the weapon's going to look. If it's anything, I know that I'm hearing that Tannehill and Hopkins. A lot of people don't talk about it, but they got a good connection going on right now. So if you was just to look, the Hopkins receptions, you got a possession receiver. I think they'll look to him, find him a lot. But anyway, like Derrick Henry, I like to see what he had. I might just go and find the under on this one. I think they'll try to lean on him, but you got New Orleans Saints, who should be a top 5, generally a top 3 team in defending the run. So I think this one is leaning all the way towards New Orleans this week.
Okay, yeah, I agree there. We don't have to stick to this game too much if you
Nah.
if you
I
don't. Okay.
probably won't touch the player props too much on this one. I might check it to Olave. I like what you said there. But as far as like money lines and spreads, it's too close to call for me. Anything can happen. I probably won't touch this one too much.
Okay. Moving to Jacksonville, Indy. This right here is one of my favorite plays of the week. Give me Indy plus 4.5 at home opening up against Jacksonville. The reason being, there's no tape on Anthony Richardson, not yet. Also, let me get that Anthony Richardson touchdown. I'm not buying in on the hype of Anthony Richardson, but I think how he performs week 1 against Jacksonville, he won't repeat later on in the season when they play and have tape on him.
So you're saying you find up Indy for this one?
I am.
Ooh, plus 185. Hey,
No money line, no money line.
Oh, okay.
Rewind. Let me get the spread. Plus 4.5.
Okay. I'm not sure about this one.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably have to stay away from this one as well. I'm gonna be honest. It's just weird, man. No Jonathan Taylor. I don't know what to expect from the running game. I don't know what to expect from Anthony Richardson. I don't know what type of rapport he has with the receivers. I can't call anything on that side. And then offensively, on the other side, I know the coach do have a good defense. You know what I mean? So we don't know. And I could see the coach coming there, smack them in their mouth, man. So I think I'm gonna just stay away from this one, period.
Okay. Moving to Philly at New England. The line's sitting at 3.5. Where are you sitting with this?
I don't know if I touched the spread too much. I mean, if I had to pick a spread, I could see Philly covering the 4. But I think more so, I don't know. It's a tricky one, man, because I want to take the under on 45, but I think I'll be more interested in doing alternate spread and raising that thing up to about 50. You know what I'm saying? Just to cover it a little bit, because strange things happen. But I could see if Philly gets up and if they kind of follow what they did last year, there was a good first quarter team. If they get up, I don't see Mac Jones passing them back into this game.
Sure.
And and one thing I know about Philly is if they do get up, they're gonna lean on that run game. I could see this being a lower scoring game. I don't see it being too high, and then they're down at Foxborough too. I'm almost tempted to push the 45. You know what I mean? Let me get the under on that. But if you want to be a little bit safe, you could raise it up a little bit, 48. 49. Push it a little bit closer to 50. However you feeling on that one. But I like it either way. Been under.
I do like your play with the under. So for me, it's like Tom Brady Day or something like that over in New England this weekend. They're honoring him and doing the thing. So I just feel like what is it? What do we say? 3.5. Let me get New England to 3.5, bro. I'm rocking with New England 3.5.
New England money line.
New England plus 3.5.
New England money line.
Not money line. Give me the 3.5.
I thought you were calling the upset, man. Come on.
I'm not calling the upset. Let me get the 3.5. I like that play.
Okay.
There's no way they mess this up on Tom Brady Day, bro.
Okay. So you like the New England covering the spread. I like the under on that one. So official plays for that one. And then, man, one of the toughest ones of this week. I kind of struggle with this one as far as trying to pick who's going to win this one, but I do like the over on that one, and that is the Dolphins and Chargers.
Sign me up. What is that, 50 and a half?
Yep, 50 and a half
Yeah, I'm
currently.
all up. That's exactly my play in this one as well, 50 and a half. Our classic opening day shootout. You know what I mean? This is going to be the most exciting game, in my opinion, this weekend, outside of Sunday Night Football. And we,
I'm loving.
yeah,
I'm liking the Chargers. I'm leaning Chargers. I don't know if I want to play that. It's not an official play. So yeah, I'm with you on the over this week.
and
Tyreek Hill touchdown.
duh.
All
And
right, cool.
then, and then, I think I'm rocking a Mike Williams tub as well this week.
Okay,
So my
I like
play
that.
in this game, if you're going to put together a little SGP, Mike Williams, Tyreek Hill for the touchdowns, and the over 50 and a half. I like that.
Yeah, we put that together. That might be a nice little flip right there. I'm feeling that. And I just want to double check. Let's see what Tyreek Hill. He's sitting at plus 115. Mike Williams is next up at plus 145.
Yeah, I
And
like that.
I might just got to check in there. Play the Jalen Waddle yards too, man. That's my guy right there.
That might be a good play as
Keenan,
well.
Keenan Allen receptions ain't always too bad either. So
That's true too. And Kellen Moore's just going to try to dump that ball all over the field.
which means, yeah, I think Herbert going over 300 for sure. I'm pretty sure they got his line way ahead of that though. Let's see. But yeah, man, that should be a fun game. Definitely when I get to watching that 4 o'clock window, you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm gonna have a little NFL red zone mixed in, but I'm gonna be heavy on that one for sure.
We got the Raiders without Chandler Jones, whatever's going on there, headed to Denver, Mile High Stadium. I don't like this game very much. They got Russ out there kissing babies or whatever he's doing. I don't know, the Sean Payton thing. The Raiders are just a hot mess. So for me, I got a no play in this game. I didn't really take it too deep of a dive into the player props, but I know you got something here that you're looking at.
Oh, I've been heavy on the Raiders. I don't know what it is about this game. I just got a gut feeling. You know what I mean? Everybody thinks Sean Payton. This is going on and whatever else. And Jimmy G on the other side. Call it what you want. I just think he's going to come out there. He's going to take care of the ball. They'll lean on Jacobs a little bit more. I think he'll find his weapons. And I don't think Denver is just going to fix this thing overnight. I think it's going to find time for them to get into this offense. Judy is going to be out. You're going to be leaning on Cortland Sutton and who else? If I'm not mistaken, I think Hamler, he got hurt.
Yep.
And I forgot the other receiver. So they down over there, man. I don't know what Javonte Williams is going to look like either coming off of the ACL injury. I mean, we all seen that run in the preseason. We thought it looked good. But I just don't know, man. We don't know till the season starts. So for me, I think I'm leaning the Raiders on this one, man.
Okay. No, I agree. That's what this game to me, I got too many questions in this game.
Yeah, there's a lot of that though, for sure.
And I think Samaje Perine will get the bulk of that work in the backfield as well.
I don't think I'll parlay this one, but I might just do something on the side and just play Raiders straight at plus 145. That'll be my play for this one.
I like it. We got Los Angeles headed to Seattle. This one right here, I'm calling upset. I got the Rams beating Seattle week 1. McVay constantly smashes Seattle. They finally got the win over him last season, but McVay just outplays, Pete Carroll. And to me, this is the healthiest. I know Cooper Kupp is out. This is the healthiest you're going to have Stafford, Aaron Donald, and I think now's the time to win if you're going to win, because I think this team can quit on Sean McVay very quickly if they don't start off hot.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like to play. Gut feeling, I look at the trenches, right? I look at the trenches and, Seattle defensive line going against a offensive line last year that maybe was the worst in the league. I don't know if they fixed that. Obviously, they got your boy in the draft, TCU kid.
I'm still mad about that. Steve Avila.
Steve Avila grabbed him up. So they tried to shore this thing up. Cam Akers in another year. They got some pieces, but they got nobody on the outside. And who the Stafford had, like, it seemed like when he didn't have Cooper Kupp out there, he had no, no chemistry with nobody. So if there's anybody on fire up Tyler Higbee for me.
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Higbee, Jackson Smith and the Jig Biz out. I always like Tyler Lockett as a sneak play. You know what I'm saying? So I like those two guys this week. As far as who I'm leaning, I can't even front, man. Give me Seattle on this one. But as far as the upset, I like the idea of where you're going there, man. So you got to mix that one up a little bit.
That's what I know. I know that's not a hot button right there, but I think to me,
It always happens.
I did catch the. I didn't. I'm not. I didn't play Rams money line, so don't let me lie there. I caught them at 5.5. So I do prefer the spread, but if I had to call a crazy upset, I do think it would be McVay over Pete Carroll this weekend.
Yeah, divisional game as well. So those things are always close.
Right.
And look, Vegas knows. They put it at 5 for a reason. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a lot closer than expected. So I like where you're going with that one. And Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears, talk to me.
So the Green Bay Packers no longer own Chicago Bears. The rightful owner has departed and went to the Jets. I just don't know where literally nobody knows anything about Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Zero. Like we don't know how good this kid is. Watson is probably out. Dobbs is probably out. We might have confirmation on that.
Yeah.
Fire up Jaden Reed receiving yards for me. That's
Okay.
what I want right there. And a
Mhm.
possible tub. I think Aaron Jones has a solid outing against that Bears defense, an
Okay.
improved Bears defense.
I like that.
On the other side, Chicago's got the most explosive player when he's on the field, and that's Justin Fields. So I like my favorite play, and I think this might be the lowest over under this week. It's at 41.5. And I think I like the over 41.5 here. I can see, just a couple of really big plays taking off in this game.
41.5 for
The Green Bay Chicago.
Oh, okay. You talking over. Okay, cool. You see like the over or under on this one?
I like the over here.
Over. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. I could see. To be honest, I know the Green Bay Packers got a good defense. But I just feel like the Chicago Bears about to be explosive. You're dealing with a different type of guy in Justin Fields, so I do like the over on this one, and I don't think the Chicago Bears, defensively can stop them running the ball. So which open up a lot of things, but they don't have anything on the outside. So I think it could be a lot of points. You know what I mean? And then plays on this week, man. Justin Fields at 58.5 rushing yards, man. So they're sitting at -115. I like that play, and also like what you said about Aaron Jones. I could see him getting in the end zone this week.
Absolutely.
But anytime touchdowns, I don't know. I feel like Fields can get in there. I feel like Herbert, or DJ Moore. I love DJ Moore. I have to check into his receiving yards as well. So I might stay away because it could be spread all over the field, to be honest.
Right.
Or, what I mean, one of these guys might mess around and get two. I could see a DJ Moore coming out party, to be honest.
Hey, that could happen as well. I think I'm really curious about this NFC North division as well. We saw the Lions, upset the Kansas City Chiefs on Thursday night. I was all over that at 6.5 and
Which was
5.5.
it's a good game, too.
I'm pretty sure you caught him at 5.5 as well, right?
Yes,
so we could have got ballsy and taken the money lines there. That's why I'm saying on here, like I prefer. Let me get the plus 4.5.
Shoot, I even flipped to the other side of that, and I took Detroit. What was it at -2.5? And they just won by one. So I was almost there with it. But that was a good game, man. I mean, the Chiefs, they had multiple opportunities, man. I don't know. Seemed like their receivers was eating some popcorn before the game. Kadarius Toney, man. Hopefully he bounces back, man. That was a rough outing for him, for sure.
Does that wrap up the afternoon slate for us?
That's everything, man. And then that just leads us to prime time, bro. So favorite, man.
Dallas Cowboys headed to the New York Giants. Talk to me.
Oh, man, look. So you I ain't gonna say you called me crazy, right? But I don't know, man. For some reason, I just feel like the -3.5 for the Cowboys to cover is so juicy for me, bro. I just feel like it's not gonna be close as what everybody's expecting. I think this Cowboy defense is gonna be suffocating early. You know what I mean? And then I just feel like we're gonna put up some points, man. I'm looking at I don't see a path, and call me crazy, right? I don't really see the Giants getting over about 17. And the Cowboys in general, I just think they will be able to put up some points, man. So give me them to cover the 3.5, but I'm even tempted to braise that thing up some. And I told you this before, I'm thinking about bringing it up to about 9.5. And just to play around with a little bit. But yes, obviously Cowboys money line. But then it's crazy, right? Because at 45.5, I don't know. I might have to just stay away from the over and under on this one because I got a feeling it might be a defensive game.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike McCarthy may like to lean on the run a little bit more, which may not go into the highest scoring game. And then as far as defenses go, I don't think they'll be putting up a lot of points in this one. So little bit scared of the over and under, but as far as the spread, I like the Cowboys to cover this one.
For me, I think the 3.5 is tricky because I could see the Giants kicking a field goal late. It's 21-27. They kick a field goal late. They cover the spread. I could see something happening there. So I'm going to stay away from that.
Yep.
And to counter that, I'm going to drop multiple units on Dallas money line because I think obviously they win the
Yeah.
game.
And if they don't have Wilder in there, then yeah, I'll fire me up a little bit more on that one for sure.
I'm trying to think. Player props. Let me get a Dallas Cowboys touchdown on defense. I like that a lot. They're
Yeah,
gonna
that's different.
go
Okay.
snatch one up at
Yeah.
JetLife Stadium.
I like that. That's something out of the dark right there, man. And that could definitely hit. You got the NFL's leading defense and takeaways and back to back years. So you know what I mean? That's not out of the question. And week one, you catch it early. These odds going to change up a little bit, man. For me, I'm looking at CeeDee Lamb yards and receptions in this one, man. So he's sitting at 71.5. I don't know, man. I just think it's going to be either him or Brandon Cooks in this one. So, you know what I mean? I'm looking at Brandon Cooks at 45.5. If I'm going to go reception yards, I might have to lean Brandon Cooks taking that 45.5. But I might still have to hit CeeDee Lamb on the receptions, man. So, those are my two plays. And then how do you feel about Dak Prescott 14.5 yards rushing at plus 100? Do you think it's a possibility he can get out of the pocket and hit a couple? We'd have seen Mahomes what he was able to do Thursday, and it might be a nice sneak play.
I don't know if he'll have to, but it is supposed to be some rain Sunday night, so I could see a situation where the pocket breaks down and he's got to bounce. 14.5 over. I'm not going to touch that personally. I think the fun play with that would be the over though.
Oh, right.
Right.
So that's cool. And then anytime touchdown, man. I got some long shots in this one. I think everybody's probably gonna be leaning the running backs, Pollard. A lot of people thinking CD. You know what I mean? I'm kind of over here wondering like, what other guy are we not thinking about just gonna get an end zone this week? So I'm currently over here looking at playing a Gallup, playing that straight, or I'm gonna lean into Jake Ferguson this week.
I was about to say fire Fergie up. I think Fergie gets one in there as well.
Yes,
I
sir.
think, especially, the weather might be bad. He's going to be throwing the ball inside the numbers quite a bit, and I could see a red zone opportunity for the Jake Ferguson or even Luke Schumacher as
Yeah.
well. That's a possibility.
Then long shot on the Giants. Could he slip through and get deep one time? Jalen Hyde is plus 550 right now. I don't know if I'll play it, but I mean, hey, it's always a chance for a guy like that, you know what I mean, to make a play, man. So no, man, I think this should be a fun game. Official plays for me. You know what I mean? Dallas Cowboys money line on this one, and I'm gonna play Jake Ferguson for sure. I'm gonna be playing that straight just to see how that anytime go.
Those are probably my two favorite plays from the game as well. I think Dallas defense is a fun play for that touchdown, but I mean, anything can happen. But I think Sunday night, opening the season, it would be nice to see a Micah or a Trayvon Tubb. The Monday night game, we have Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills headed to JetLife Stadium, taking on Aaron Rodgers and his new team. I love the Jets money line in this one, and I think Aaron Rodgers has a point to prove. I think that Buffalo is going to be a bit overrated this season as well.
I think so. The only thing I don't know, man. This is one of those ones where it's like I'm having a tough time picking who's going to win this game, but that plus 145 for the Jets looks good because I almost feel like this should be a pick 'em. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sure.
so I think that plus 114 looks good. Other than that, as far as official plays, man, how you feeling about your boy Gary Wilson? I'm not touching the running backs, right? I don't know what's going to happen in that Jets backfield. As far as weapons go, it looks like Gary Wilson and Aaron Rodgers got a good rapport going on, and I'm looking at the same thing on the opposite side. I'm wondering what's going to happen with that Diggs and Josh Allen connection, but you can always sneak in a Gabe Davis anytime touchdown as well. So
let me get Garrett Wilson for a tub and over 100 yards receiving in this one. I like that.
it.
I like that.
Heavy on Wilson this week.
Pair that up with the Jets money line. That's a nice little 3-leg same game parlay. I like that combo.
Sounds good, man. Any long shots?
Long shots on the weaker in this game.
Player prop.
Player prop Tyler Conklin. Let me get a Tyler Conklin tub. I like that.
Okay. Oh, and that's crazy because I was thinking Dawson Knox on the other side. This is always that guy. So yeah, take a look at those tight ends. Always, man, nice play to have one of those guys sneak in, get you a nice little flip right there. But this has been fun, man. I kind of enjoyed the betting episode. It was something we was, talking about. We did a little bit last year, and as we come into form NFL Sunday, we probably be hitting y'all up on the Saturdays. Just favorite plays of the week, long shots, different things to look at. We got some official plays in there, and then the opposite of that is just little things that we like here and there. If you want to just stack some parlays up, you know what I mean. So this been fun. I'm geared up for NFL Sunday. Definitely geared up for this Cowboys game, game of the week, man. Final thoughts and feelings heading into NFL Sunday and obviously Monday Night Football.
First off, we are not betting professionals, so don't take what we say. Take it with a grain of salt. We're just having fun here. I can't believe week 1 is here, man. We've been waiting so long, and it seems like time took forever to get us here, and I hope it doesn't go by too fast. We got a fun one ahead of us. My favorite play this week, though, if I had to pick one, man, is the over in that Carolina Atlanta game in the early window. I
Here
like
you
that.
go.
I like that a lot. That's my lock of the week. That's pretty much all I got on my side. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This was fun, like you said. We'll be back next weekend. Hopefully, we hit on a couple of these, and y'all tuned in and won some cash as well.
Hey, that's all, folks. Appreciate y'all. But listen, yeah, definitely tune back in with us, man. We'll be back soon. And hopefully it's all good feels here. You know what I mean? Just hey, as far as y'all teams, I hope all y'all get dubs except the Giants this week. All right, you got me. Hit that like, share, and subscribe, man. Stay tuned in, man. We'll be back with another one. Peace.